What is up, fam? It's your boy Kenma. So, today I'm trying something new for all my. Just for anyone that enjoys manga, I wanted to recommend three new manga that I have started reading that I thought were really. They were good and they definitely have potential to be great. So, I'm going to start off with in order of how much I like them. So the first one is going to be Red Sprite. This is a new Weekly Jump manga. It is this right here is the I guess you can't really see my mouse, but this guy right here is the main character. He has a sword and like red lightning, and then this ship right here is what becomes called the Red Sprite, and that's like the name of the manga. You'll figure out they explain that later. And then right here, that's Tatsu Frempt. He's the main character. And then all of the rest of the people that it shows in this picture are the people that are with him at his orphanage. And then you will find out what happens and what the whole story about is later. But just to give you without spoiling stuff and just like letting you know what it's about. So if you're interested, you'll go check it out. Pretty much they are there are a few kids that live on this orphanage and they're raised by one guy, and they're told that they have a some kind of illness, and that's why they can't leave. And it ends up that they don't have an illness. They're just they've been genetically modified or like experimented on to like conduct power with these like metal things in their hands, and they're actually like really powerful. And the main character ends up getting his power unlocked, and that's the red lightning that you see around him. And then it hasn't really shown too much of the other characters, but pretty much after the first I think after the first chapter it goes into a time slip of 6 years, and then he shows up, and then then the manga starts again. So he like had been training for 6 years or whatever. So I don't remember if it was exactly 6 years. That's just the top of my head. But he pretty much is going on a adventure to rescue all the people that were in the orphanage from him, and that's pretty much the storyline of the whole beginning. So a little bit of a spoiler there, but I mean, I want to tell you what it's about, so you'll read it if you haven't read it yet. So I really like the first few chapters. There are currently 7 chapters out, and you can find them at jaiminisbox.com. I think they're the people that translate it, so shout out to them for translating. Go check it out. And I mean, there's only 7 chapters out right now, so if you don't like it after you've read 7 chapters, you're probably not gonna like it in the future. But I think it has a lot of potential. And the mangaka's name is Yagi Tomohiro. I think this is actually his second manga. He did another manga that I haven't read, but this one so far I'm really liking it. Then moving on to the second one. So the second one is called Origin, and it is about this guy right here. I forgot what his name is. Yeah, so it's done by Boichi, is the mangaka for this. I'm sure some of you will notice his art. Like he did Sunken Rock and some other manga, so he's been around for a while. He has a really distinct art style. So, but yeah. Anyway, so pretty much like without it's kind of spoiling the storyline a little bit. So check it. Like stop watching this now and just read it if you want to. But if you want to know what it's about, pretty much, hence the title, Origin. This guy right here is an android, and his father "Father, I'm troubled. There's someone I have to meet no matter what." The father that he's referring to is his creator, the guy that created him, and pretty much the person that he has to meet no matter what is another android. And in the first few chapters, he it shows him what his plan is. He wants to kill other. And what I really liked about this manga is it actually has like comedy, it has subtle comedy thrown into it when he's like a serious android. So it's kind of funny like that. But the storyline of this is he wants to kill all of the androids that are out there, that so because he thinks that that's the only way that he can continue living on the world without anyone finding out that he's an android, is by killing all the other androids. And the reason it's called Origin is because he's the first android. He's the original. So all the androids that he like is fighting and killing, he's the origin of them. So that's pretty much the whole storyline. And then within the first chapter or two, he fights the first one, and then it introduces like I think there's like 7 or 8 more that they all know each other, and they all are like they all figure that they want to kill him after he kills the first one. So that's where it's headed right now. There's only 4 chapters out, so be on the lookout for that. I really like the art in this is like really good, and I just think it's cool just having like androids fighting each other, kind of like Highlander style. So it's pretty cool. And then the third one, so this is by far my most favorite manga that I've read in a while. It's called The Promised Neverland. The author is Ka Kao. I don't know how to say that. Kayu Shirai. Posuka Demizu is the artist. And if you just look, so the first time I saw this picture, all what did I notice right here, right? This girl looks determined. This is the main girl, Emma. And then I'd say she's the main character for sure. And then these two are probably like the side main characters. This is Norman and Ray. And so they are at an orphanage, and they all have, all you know is that they all have these numbers on their necks. And these 3 are the oldest. They're 11 years old. And the ages, there's just a ton of kids at this orphanage. There's like 37 or 38 kids at the orphanage. And they're all raised by one lady that they call mother. And it just shows up like it just shows how like Emma's going about her daily life, and she really likes her life, and she loves her family, even though they're obviously not blood related. She still loves her family, and she just cares about them, and it does a really good job of just like introducing the characters, these 3 characters. And then shit just hits the fan like so fast. And I don't want to ruin anything, but it's not an orphanage, and shit just gets real quick. And what I love about this manga is that it's like these kids are just like, they're super smart. I don't know if they were like, there was something done to them when they were like when they were babies to make them smarter, but like the 3 main kids are like really smart, and they're just like trying to, what happens to them, they have to figure out, they have to like deal with the situation that's put in front of them. And like the rest of the chapters are just them like, it's just showing like how they use their brains and stuff to like think about how to get out of the situation. And I just do, it's so good that I just don't want to spoil anything. So just go read this. It's on Manga Stream right now, mangastream.com. This is some of the best like mangas. It's one of the best mangas I've read in a long time. Like, it has a really good start. There's 9 chapters out right now. It's really good. Like once you read the first chapter or two, you will just finish reading all 9 chapters. It's so good. So those are those are the 3 manga that I recommend right now. And I just made this video because I felt like it, and I like to put out random shit. So check these out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about these manga. And if you guys have any other recommendations of new manga that you've read that I might be into, like let me know in the comments. I'm always down to. I love I love reading manga. I love reading good manga. So finding new ones is always good to me. Like new starting up ones. I think all 3 of these have like potential to be like mainstays. Like The Promised Neverland and Red Sprite. I have a feeling they'll be like two. They'll probably be 2 of the big names like soon in Weekly Jump. Like if I had to guess, because like I think like with Bleach ending and with just there being like open spots now, I think that they're gonna start being really popular, especially The Promised Neverland, because it's just like it's nice to read something that's not just battle shonen manga. Like as much as I love battle manga, like it's nice to read something that's about more about like brains and stuff. Like this feels more. I'm not gonna say anything because it'll spoil it, but just read it. It's crazy. The art's really good, and like I don't. What else can you ask for? Like good art and good storyline. Like you can't ask for anything else. So check The Promised Neverland. If you only check one of these out, check out the Promised Neverland, because I guarantee you will not regret it. All right, that's it for now, guys. I'll check you later, and peace.